Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
I wasn't gonna do jokes about this, but then my buddy told me, he's like, yo, I've recently heard that Ariana said she had no idea who you were and she just dated you as a distraction. So now I just think it's like fair game. So yeah, also don't applaud. This isn't like a Drake versus Lil Wayne concert. Like this isn't like a competition. You know, she has, you know, her songs and stuff and this is what I have, okay? So, all right, that's it, right? And you're like, Pete, this isn't fair. You're like, you're airing out dirty laundry. How could you do that? Where did she say this stuff? To her friends in the confidence of her own home? No, she said it on the cover of Vogue magazine. Can you imagine if I did that? Can you imagine if I did that? My career would be over tomorrow. If I spray painted myself brown and hopped on the cover of Vogue magazine and just started shitting on my ex. Can you imagine the... No, don't clap. Those are Drake versus Lil Wayne claps. I don't like that. I like the giggles. It's just jokes. But can you imagine if I did that shit? If I was just like, yeah, I was just fucking her because I was bored. And then Fortnite came out. It'd be insane. And you're like, well, Pete, something had to happen to her, right? You know, there had to be some repercussions, right? No, she won Billboard's Woman of the Year. And I got called Butthole Eyes by BarstoolSports.com. So sometimes life is a little unfair. Again, these are jokes. I don't want any smoke, okay? From my biggest fear is I'm gonna get a shot in the back of the head by like a 9-year-old with a ponytail. And the last thing I'm gonna hear is hashtag canceled. And just pop right in the back of the head. Again, I don't want no smoke from the 9-year-olds. No, she's a really powerful woman. That Ariana. She's a very, very powerful woman. You know, and very smart. You know, you gotta be to be able to ruin Starbucks for a person. You know, I walked into Starbucks the other day. I was like, "Hey man, can I have a medium coffee?" And the guy was like. And I was like, fuck you, I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. Why are they getting rid of them in the city? I can't find one. A lot of people ask me all the time, you know, like, what was that? What was it? It's like any other breakup, you know, it's just everybody sees it. Yeah, it's like, I didn't know what I was I kind of knew what I was getting into, but not really. I didn't know about the picture thing. If I knew about that, I would have seen a dermatologist before I started dating her. I would have, like, taken proper precaution. But I didn't really, you know, it's like any other breakup. You have your boys over, they all lie to you, you know? They're like, dude, no problem, bro. Nobody even knows who she is. Oh, it's all good, bro. It's all good, better off, no problem, you know? And then that song came out, and my friends were like, bro, I love you, right? Shit is catchy. Shit is very catchy. You're gonna have a rough 8 months. I'm sorry. Sorry. I actually happen to like the song, I'm sorry. I like you. But,
He has a song named after him called Pete.
my grandpa said, he goes, it's a slap. Peter, it's a slap. I'm really sorry. It's a good song, and I don't even listen to that shit. And I was like, I get it. But yeah, this is the only thing I didn't like that I got out of it, which is a common misconception. I don't like that she talked all this shit on like behalf of my dick. I thought that was like super weird. She was like, yeah, it didn't work out, but like, nice dick. I thought that was really weird because like everybody was like, oh, that's what a nice girl. First of all, just take a step back. Can you imagine if I said that shit? Can you imagine if I was like, sorry, it didn't work out. Nice pussy, no! That shit wet! Woo! Good pussy, but sorry. It's ridiculous. I have to sit there like, ah. Yeah, this is the only thing. I didn't like it because it's just simply not true. Yeah, it's just not, she has little tiny little hands. She has just very little hands. Everything's fucking huge to her. Yeah, it was a fucking joke the entire time we were down. I was like, you know, huge to you, but small to everyone else. This rocks. You know?
Oh my God.
So you ask yourself, you're like, why? Then why? If she knows this information, then why would she tell everybody what a great big penis you have, right? Why would she do that, you know? Because to the outside, you're like, wow, what a nice lady. Didn't work out, gave him a nice word, you know? Told everybody he has a nice penis, right? That's not why. She did that so that, she's a genius, remember this. She's a very smart person, okay? She did that so that every girl that sees my dick for the rest of my life is disappointed. Genius. It's a lifetime L. Hold that. I didn't even get to enjoy my big dick summer or whatever the fuck it was called. Please stop doing that. I have a family that reads. Stop. My poor mother. Anyway, we'll do some 9/11 jokes and we'll get the fuck out of here. How does that sound? Cool. Yeah, only time I'll allow cheering for 9/11. My dad, he died 9/11. I was told I had to explain that before I do these jokes because some people don't know. To which I retorted that I don't think I should say that because it will just stop the show and make things awkward. I won. I was right. When your dad dies and he works for like the state or the government or whatever, I don't know, he's a fireman, whatever that is. Sometimes your family gets like a little bit of money. Not a lot of money, a little bit. So, we got a little bit of money, and I remember my mom, you know, to make me and my sister feel better, she wanted to get us a pool with the money, right? She figured she'd get us a pool, and then, you know, like people would want to be our friends, and they would come over and swim in it, you know, which is dark. Swim in the death pool. Yeah, like it's a nice idea, but the sentiment, every cannonball has a weird meaning behind it.
Oh my gosh.
Just doing laps every day, like, is this even? Is this even? No. No, I remember my mom got us a pool, me and my sister, right? And I was like 7 when my dad died, so like, kids don't understand that shit. They don't know what's going on, right? So I remember I got the pool and kids at school would be like, yo, you're so lucky, man. You're rich. You have a pool, you know? And I'd be like, yeah, luckily I have a pool that I fill up with tears every summer. Because that's how you know you're rich, when you can swim in your own sadness. Thank God Osama bin Laden didn't miss his alarm clock. You know why? I wouldn't have a fucking pool! I'm sorry, please come over later. Yeah, I appreciate it. We're keeping that, Jason. I don't care what you say. Anyway, so I did this thing about my dad over the summer. I had to like shoot this thing. So I had to like do like research on my dad, kinda, and I had to like hang out with his friends, right? And I'm from Staten Island, my dad's from Staten Island, so you know, his friends are like me, they're trash, right? Yeah, we're garbage people. Literally, we're known, like we're known for having the world's biggest garbage dump that you could see from space. That's what the cab driver would say as you entered Staten Island. That was like, I don't know if you knew this, but this place has the biggest dump, you know? As opposed to like, look at the tree. And you're like, oh, well, what happened to the dump? You know, what'd they do? Well, they built a park over it. And you're like, oh, you mean they got rid of all the garbage? No, they just fucking built a fucking park over it. So in 10 years, when it starts falling apart, kids are just getting stabbed by fucking 98 Hondas. Anyway, I'm trying to explain to you, Staten Island people, that's not a good example. Oh, it's kind of like if you had a Marlboro Red and you like threw it in the bathtub and it like came to life. That's what a Staten Island guy is like, you know? Anyway, so I had to go meet up with his friends, right? But all the stories I knew from my dad were like from when I was 7, you know? So the stories that they were telling me were like way different than what I had previously heard. Like, I don't even know who this guy is. Like, I'll give you an example. When I was little, my dad's friends would be like, your dad was the man. You know, we used to like play basketball and do our homework, you know? He always used to finish his plate. Always used to finish his plate. Finish it? Why? I figured out, there's a reason why finishing your plate at 7 was so difficult. It's because adults are saving us the same size portion as them, and we're a third of their size. So when we get a third of the way through, we are full. And you yelling, eat it, doesn't help. It just makes everybody fat. You know what I mean? My mom used to be like, there's starving kids in Africa. That was her go-to line to guilt me into anything. And I'd be like, yeah, be that may. But if a kid in Africa got a third of the way through this food, he would be like, I am full. I like how half of you are like, that's funny, and another half are like, I don't know if you could do that, dude. Guess we'll check Twitter, the decider of all. Twitter's the new pearly gates. They decide all people's futures. Anyway, so I had a meet with my dad, his friends, and I was like, tell me some stories about my dad. And he was like, oh, we used to do coke all the time. I was like, what? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to tell you? And I was like, no, it's cool. It's just I wasn't expecting that. You know, I growing up, I heard like, you know, he always played basketball and did his homework and like finished his play. You know? I guess the third one still applies, kind of, but yeah. I just wasn't. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Should I like protect you? Am I telling you too much stuff? I was like, no. It's just, you know, like I said, I grew up thinking like, you know, I always knew my dad was a hero, but like I didn't know he was a fucking superhero. I didn't know he was the coolest guy ever. What a man in the '90s, just doing blow and putting out fires. What a legend. Never been prouder. God, did that make me smile. How awesome is that? Can you picture that? Your house is on fire, a fire truck pulls up, one guy gets out, he's like, all right, I'm gonna get the hydrant. Another guy gets out, he's like, I'm gonna secure the area. And then my dad gets out and he's like, let's fucking go! Thank you guys, have a good night. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming. Thank you.